This video is brought to you by Godin Porsche, a company that is part of the Godin Motor Company, which has been serving Las Vegas and the West Coast for over 100 years.
Now, of all the trim levels in the Taycan range, this one is the GTS, which is the middle ground between the turbo models and the normal 4S and S models. This one makes 509 horsepower, and with launch control it'll make 590 horsepower, and it has a max torque output of 626 pound-feet. It'll do 0 to 60 in around 3.5 seconds, has a top speed of 155 miles an hour, and will do the quarter mile in 11.8 seconds, which is pretty impressive for an electric car. The outside's finished in this chalk, beautiful color from Porsche, and you have these 21-inch Mission E rims, which look great on the Taycans. Plus, you have these gloss black painted brake calipers as well. Up front, you have the Porsche Matrix LED headlights, and the front is pretty good looking compared to other electric cars out there. 2 charging ports, one for AC, one for DC, and a deployable spoiler on the back for better stability at higher speeds. Now, on the inside of the Taycan, you get tons of tech. You get 4 screens, 2 infotainment screens, and a climate control screen, and you get a big gauge cluster with tons of info on it where you can view your media, your G-forces, and everything like that, on top of some buttons on the side that let you control your shocks and your suspension height, and you even have a macro key there just in case you want to configure it to anything you want. The climate menu is also cool because it includes a pad down here that lets you control the infotainment system. You can also control your heated and cooled seats, fan zones, and fan temperature if you want to do that, and you can even control this sunroof right here that has dimmable zones in it where you can block out the sunlight if you want by making the entire thing matted over, or you can have semi or a bold setting which individually configures some zones in the sunroof. Really cool, and way better than having a massive cover that comes forward and backwards if you care about that stuff. Another cool thing is with these climate vents, they're not manually adjustable. In fact, you do it through the infotainment system by dragging around these little dots in here that point the air to where you want it to go. As for safety systems in here, you have adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and tons of other stuff as well. And for drive modes, you have a range mode just in case you want to say conserve on that electricity, where the max speed is around 60 miles an hour. A normal mode, sport, sport plus, and individual for a sportier configuration of your choice. And these seats are awesome. Bolstering that is adjustable on the side, it has a thigh rest support, and they're super comfortable as well. Now, just in case you're carrying rear passengers in the Taycan, it's nice back here as well. Decent headroom, good leg room back here, and if you want, you can even configure the dual zone climate control and fan control back here with heated seats. This one doesn't have it, but it is something you can configure on the Taycan if you want. You have the Porsche crest embossed into the headrest and a center armrest right here with 2 cup holders. That's about big enough for 2 passengers back here. And the seats, of course, are nice and comfortable with nice materials everywhere. And if you want, you can also dim this, that way the sun's not in your face. But overall, it's just the nicest place to be back here than it is up front.